Welcome to the Med Spa Minute, where every week we give you free advice on what's new and hot in the med spa world. I'm Jessica Schiller, nurse practitioner and owner of Luna Med Spa, and this week we're going to be talking about exfoliation. There's two different types of exfoliation. There's chemical and there's physical. And why exfoliation is so important is because our top layer of our skin is mostly made up of dead skin cells, and we need to remove those skin cells in order for our skin to function properly. So in order for it to protect our skin and also for it to be able to absorb everything that we put on it. So let's start with chemical exfoliation. There's retinols, there's retinoids, there's tretinoins. I prefer retinols because they are less irritating to your skin. And when something is really irritating to your skin, like a tretinoin, and it's going to make you raw, red, peely, red, dry, you're not going to use it. Your compliance is going to fail. So what's the point of that? Retinols are less irritating, so you're going to be more compliant with it. Use it daily, use it every other day as you kind of work up to that point. My favorite retinol is Alpha-Ret. Alpha-Ret by Skin Better uses lactic acid and retinol. So the lactic acid rises to the surface of the skin, and the retinol goes down to the dermis and does what it needs to do, which is turn over those skin cells. And the lactic acid that goes to the surface helps hydrate the skin. So you're getting even less of those side effects. I always recommend starting with a retinol 1 to 2 times a week to start. And then slowly, as your skin gets used to it, increase it to 3 times a week, to every other day, to possibly every day. Some people don't even get to every day. I don't. But yeah, that's the goal with chemical exfoliation. That's going to keep your skin looking healthy, wrinkle-free, and it's going to keep turning those skin cells over. The other form of exfoliation is physical exfoliation. The two best forms of physical exfoliation are like any manual scrubs that you would do or dermaplaning. Dermaplaning is where we use that scalpel blade and, shave the face. But we're not really shaving the face. We're just getting off those little vellus hairs and all of that dead skin on the surface. And it's so important to do that monthly. All of our treatments here at Luna, with an esthetician, you can add a dermaplaning. All of our Diamond Glow facials include dermaplaning. Dermaplaning is by far my favorite treatment because it keeps your skin looking healthy, glowy, fresh-faced, and none of those little vellus hairs on it. And another little tip about dermaplaning is women always complain about their husbands using, shampoo on their face but still looking younger. It's because they shave their face. So it's the same kind of technique where they're using a blade and they're getting rid of that top layer of their skin as well as their hair. And no, you will not grow facial hair like a man when you start dermaplaning. That is a myth. So then the other form of physical exfoliation is a scrub. My favorite scrub is ZO exfoliating polish. It has retinol in it as well as like these magnesium crystals that just slough off your skin and give you that instant glow and that instant feeling of like refreshed skin where your products are going to be able to penetrate effectively and efficiently. And that's by far my favorite product actually that we carry because it gives you that instant gratification. And I keep it in my shower and I use it 2 to 3 times a week. The key to exfoliation is to not overdo it. Just like we talked about last week with hydrating your skin and nourishing it and loving on it, you don't want to exfoliate too much because then you're going to be doing more harm than good. Less is more when it comes to exfoliation. So I always say just use your scrub 2 to 3 times a week and use your retinol 2 to 3 times a week, max. You don't need to be using both every day, all day, because your skin is just going to be stripped of its protective barrier and it's going to be irritated and red and raw and angry. And we don't want that. So my expert tips for exfoliation are to not overdo it and to always wear sunscreen, especially now that we're in the summer months with retinols. Retinols will increase your risk of burning and sensitivity to the sun, as well as washing your face in the morning after you use a retinol. Because if you go out into the sun with a retinol still on your skin, you're at risk for a chemical burn, and we don't want that. And you're also more susceptible to just burning in general. So washing your face in the morning, not overdoing it, and wearing a sunscreen. Those are that is it for this week of Med Spa Minute. Join us for next week for some more expert tips on skincare.